Alright, we are on issue 5, and just like issue 4, this is pretty nuts, dude. So this picks up on the events after of issue 4, and you see an image of Sparky and Optimus both experiencing what war can do. And we see Blaster for the first time, and just for him to get wasted, which really sucks. But you do have these two experience what war has done to them. And you have Optimus ask Sparkplug how long was his war, and Sparky responded with just one tour. It shifts to Sparky and Optimus in this building, and Sparky's saying it was enough, and asked Optimus how long was his, and Optimus says years and years, and that he has lost count, and that the war is still going on. Even though the war has been going on for so long, he's reminded in his reflection, and he sees the very thing he is fighting against. We shift gears to Decepticons on the Ark, and that Starscream's plan works, and Soundwave mentions that Skywarp's sacrifice provided the necessary tech to begin rebuilding the Decepticons, and Soundwave is trying to bring Ravage back online, and Starscream, just being a total jerk, just punts dead Ravage and basically says we are not wasting our resources on bringing Ravage back, and instead they bring Thundercracker online, who is confusing as Skywarp become like this machine of sorts that is bringing these, Decepticons back online, and Starscream tells Thundercracker that to forget it and that, Skywarp volunteered it, which is a lie. Like, it's just a blatant lie. And then Soundwave gets alerted that the Autobots have found their source of Energon, and a voice suggests that they should go and stop them. And the next page here is really cool as we see Reflector, and man, I don't know last time we saw Reflector, but I gotta be honest, Reflector kind of sucks, so I don't know what he's really gonna do here. And I don't know, I'm not really counting that terrible Siege show that had him in it, but, it is cool to see Reflector. And we also see Frenzy, and you have Reflector asking where is Megatron, and before, once again, the name gets fully finished, Starscream gets up in Reflector's face and tells him to stay focused on the enemy and to get ready to fight, and so the Decepticons go on the offensive, and they go and attack the Autobots. We then pick back up at the dam, and Ratchet brings up on how smart Sparkplug was to go to the dam, as all the energy of the Decepticons took from the power plant is actually all by the water coming down from the mountains, and to just why not take it from the source. We also get to see Wheeljack, who is half operational, as Ratchet was able to fully bring back only the upper body Wheeljack, as they didn't really have enough energy. And it's really interesting here that Wheeljack is literally on a upper body or a borrowed body of sorts, which is really cool. I don't know if we've ever seen something like this before in media. I could be wrong. Only thing I can really think of is like Autobot Spike, but that's not really the same comparison. Anyways, you basically have Wheeljack. Also give props to Sparky as well, with his idea that with the water turbine engine they have constructed, they'll be able to power their town for at least a decade. And just like you and me, Sparky is surprised by that, but Wheeljack tells him that is what Cybertronian technology can do, which is really cool. So with this turbine engine on, they are now able to start healing and bringing back the Autobots online. So you do have this machine turned on, and you have Wheeljack say, all right, Optimus, time to get you healed up. And you have Optimus walk in carrying RC and just say, not yet, first our warriors. And we see RC's finally brought back on. And Ratchet is the first one to greet her, and Ratchet and both RC are very happy to see each other. And then boom, a huge explosion goes off, and you have RC tackling Ratchet and saving him in the explosion, as the Decepticons are now here to start fighting the Autobots. And now you essentially have a huge firefight of all the Decepticons against the Autobots at this dam, trying their best to protect this tower. And then you see Ratchet and RC carry the goat to the turbine and try to bring Jazz back online. We see Starscream drop off Reflector and say, Reflector attack, and Reflector talking all big, saying, oh, prepare yourselves for the ISO Autobots, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he drops on Robo Jesus himself with the fusion cannon, and Reflector realized he ain't built for this and gets dismantled. And the massacre doesn't stop there, as Frenzy starts to freak out, and Robo Jesus once again takes another Decepticon to church and slams him on this post, crushing his face and upper body, which is brutal, by the way. I mean, this is just brutal. This gives like Baver's Optimus a run for his money, and I love this, man. I love how I love this version of Optimus. We talked about it in this last video. When things get serious, there is no time to blink when it comes to survival. And this version of Optimus really does remind me of the Cybertron games Optimus. If you guys are familiar with those, which are amazing, please Activision bring those games back. But in the next page, we see Carly and Cliffjumper shooting at Thundercracker. And for some reason, Carly thinks she can just avoid all the fire and gets out of cover. And because of this, she goes flying from shooting from Thundercracker, and, the whole floor beneath her, explodes, and she starts to go flying. But you have this really cool part here where no one's really able to get Carly, midair except RC, who she catches, and she says, I don't know who you are, but if Optimus cares about you, then I care too. And she saves Carly midair by using her alt mode. And this is really freaking cool, man. Her alt mode is like a Lambo type car. That is dope. I don't know if we ever seen RC have a type of alt mode like this, maybe in the IDW comics, perhaps. But seeing this here is really cool. It gets bonus points for me for having RC be like a Lambo type card, because we just don't really see that often. But the next page, you'll see Cliffjumper happy that Carly is saved and RC is back. And as Rumble is about to get ready to gank our boy, have no fear, because the GOAT is back. The fellow Moonbase 1 bro has come and saved Cliffjumper and says it's time to wrap this ballad up, and you just have Cliff shooting with the GOAT saying, I don't understand that reference. That is amazing. I love these two so much. I've always loved these two. They're dynamic, they're duo, so just seeing it again is just amazing. But then you have Starscream confront Optimus, saying, taking something so precious and using it for himself and using it for his own evil purpose. And Optimus claps back at Starscream, basically saying, how can it be precious when basically this weapon is a reminder of his cowardice and a reminder that he will never be like Megatron? And, you know, because of this, Starscream gets all, you know, mad, and he actually blitzes Optimus, but he's not aiming for him. Instead, he's aiming for the trailer that's bringing the Autobots back online and stuff and repairing them. And it damages the trailer, but not before it can get fully destroyed. And Optimus completely just nukes Starscream with the fusion cannon. He literally takes a piece out of him. I don't know how he's not dead. Like, he literally shoots, like, the side of him, and the side of him is missing. The fusion cannon seems busted. Like, oh my god, don't play with Megatron, man. But somehow Starscream survives and basically has the same mentality from ROTF. Cowards do survive, and they end up calling the remaining Decepticons to retreat, which gives the Autobots a chance to go and take back the Ark. And I mean, we're gonna get right to it. And so they do go to the Ark, and you do have this moment of the Autobots telling Carly to stay back, but I mean, come on, we all know she was gonna go with them anyway, so Cliffjumper takes her with them. And so on the next page, we do see them on their way to the Ark, and you have Sparky asking Optimus if that is their ship, and Optimus replies yes. And you get a flashback of Sparky hugging Jimmy and telling him to go take care of himself. And as Sparkplug's about to say something, the Autobots get blitzed, and I mean hard, as Optimus gets crushed by a familiar looking construction vehicle. And okay. Alright, let me calm down. So you have these green construction vehicles basically make easy work of the Autobots, and then you have Starscream say, I knew you would follow me, Autobot fools, trying to clean up the mess you made out of our kind. But look at me now, and I'm good as new with all the Energon with Teletran 1. And with new toys. And boom, we see the Constructicons ready to merge for the kill. And so Starscream says the infamous line, Constructicons merge into Devastator. And boom, Devastator is back and ready to cause havoc. And that's where it ends. That's where it ends, on another cliffhanger. And oh my god, the momentum from issue 4 in this is just amazing. You literally had issue 4, it started hot in the beginning, then it slowed down in the middle and the end. And this one, it kind of started off slow, and then it just was non-stop action. It is really good. Issue 5 is really good. Issue 4 and 5 are hands down my favorite issue so far. We are almost done. We're almost caught up with issue 6, and I believe issue 7 is coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that, and make sure you guys check out the playlist below if you're not caught up already. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Take care.